Hi everybody, this is Hero from the Birds back with another Shadowlands video. We're taking a look at Arms Warrior for single target in 9.2. Just to take a look first at our 4-piece. Right now, the 2-piece portion gives us a little bit of a longer Warbreaker and a bit more damage within that window. Tactician on the 4-piece has a 50% chance to proc when you hit a target that has Colossus Smash on it. And it also gives us a little strength buff. These two things are going to push us very heavily into a cookie cutter build, I think, for this next tier. Specifically using Enduring to get as much Colossus Smash uptime as we possibly can. And making use of Dreadnought to try to keep as many overpower charges working for us as we can. What this means in terms of our gameplay is that whenever a Colossus Smash is on the target, whether it's from Mortal Strike or from our regular Colossus Smash, we want to start to value pressing Overpower a little bit more, because we're almost guaranteed with any kind of Rage Spender, whether it's with Rend, whether it's a Sudden Death proc, or a Mortal Strike or a Slam, we're guaranteed that that next cast is going to be an Overpower. So it changes the cadence slightly because it sort of guarantees the overpower, whereas before it might not have happened. Obviously it's not a 100% guarantee, but as you'll see with the video I show you, it happens quite regularly. So we're in Night Fae, really I think for a couple of reasons. One, it's good damage. Dreamweaver, I'm playing Naya right now, just testing it out. Dreamweaver is I think the best place to go. Crash the Ramparts and Mortal Combo seem to be the strongest choices in general, probably things that are not too out of the way. But yeah, here's the damage profile without Execute. Obviously if we had Execute it'd be doing a lot more there. Nature's Fury doing quite a lot of damage overall. Just excellent, nice little button, lines up with Avatar, sweet. Rend too, if you can keep your Rend up, it's also doing a truckload of damage. It's basically it's like you're swinging another weapon with your other hand. In addition to the crit value it's offering, it's like you're hitting like a Fury Warrior with 2 auto attacks. Anyways, not quite that. Some of this is going to change as you move through to Execute, but even look at things like Dreadnought and single target and how much work it's doing. Just really, really good stuff. We want to try to prioritize as much as possible Overpowers and Mortal Strikes specifically for the CS Smash. I'll load up the video here and just walk through some of the blunders and choices I'm making. Obviously, we want to enter. We're going to get our Rend up, and then we're going to go into our combo Colossus Smash, and then Overpower and Mortal Strike. Back and forth. Slamming in between. I also try to do a little bit of charge weaving, in part as we get low on our Rage. I was trying to test out whether War Machine might give us a little bit more value. Obviously, we really like the executes from Sudden Death. But it seemed kind of interesting to me to see if our auto attacks were enough, given that when we are in Colossus Smash we get so many overpower attacks that our auto attacks are going to generate just a little bit more rage, and maybe over the course of 4 auto attacks it puts us in a slightly different rage camp. Maybe we can, in other words, stay in melee for 1 extra hit before. Now in the practicality of this, obviously in a boss fight there's going to be mechanics, you're going to be moving out anyways, so the opportunity for charge weaving is not going to be quite the same. You're likely just going to have to work with a slightly scuffed setup, meaning you go out for a mechanic and charge back in, you lost 1 or 2 auto attacks. That's fine. As with normal Arms Warrior things, you are going to live and die in your auto attacks, whether you get enough rage through them. And nothing has really changed for the 9.2 build, but you can see here, I don't know what the gear is. It's actually probably 260, something like that. We're sustaining 8k DPS outside of Execute, and we have a pretty clear plan when we are within our window of Avatar and the Night Fae ability. So just, yeah, standard maintenance stuff. Keeping Rends up, doing our best to focus on Overpower when we are within Colossus Smash windows. Get a little bit of lag spikes here. Nothing too crazy going forward, guys. I just think it's the kind of synergy between Enduring and our 4-piece that's really going to carry the day. Obviously, if we get to sweep any of this, we get far more rage generation from our Covenant ability. We get far more damage going out through our sweeped Overpowered Dreadnoughts, our sweeped Mortal Strikes, and obviously the Execute. So there's a lot of encounters coming up in the raid that have a priority damage, and then there might be some adds, and a build like this is pretty flexible, meaning you can take it anywhere. It's a nice 1.5 minute cooldown build, probably fairly decent in Mythic Plus as well, with the same principles that you're going to be keeping as much Colossus Smash uptime as you possibly can. Anyway, just thought I'd show you guys a video. I think probably this is the best Arms Warrior, all-around Arms Warrior build for raid in single target specifically. Maybe Necrolord. I got to take a look at Necrolord and see if it stacks up. Obviously, Necrolord value is hard to, evaluate because you're buffing other people. But I think the Necro stuff lasting forever and having almost constant rage generation is interesting. We can kind of solve that with charge weaving. So I don't know what to make of that. Like if I have a good timer, I don't actually have one on the PTR, so I'm just kind of watching my swing timer when I walk out. You'll see me here kind of eyeballing it a little bit. If you have a good swing timer and you're kind of used to moving in and out, this is actually one thing I would suggest people practice on a dummy, is doing charge stuff. So wait till you get rage and then charge back in just like I did there to get the charge value without losing out on the auto attack. These are some of the small things that make a huge difference, and I'm kind of scuffing it up here, but I don't have my usual setup. I think that's going to be okay compared to Necrolord generation, which, yeah, we get to stay in and slam a few more times, but is it really better? Hard to say. Anyways, this one's really consistent. I like it. It's a nice approach. You can see it working here. And you can also see the value of having Enduring. Just the uptime on Overpowers is quite nice. You can see here some of the damage profiles here. Overpower a lot of casts in this pull. Just a lot of procs. So cool stuff. Thank you very much for watching, you guys, and I hope you have a good one. We'll see you next time.